What was your favorite video game growing up? Ocarina of Time. I still play it at least once a year. Pokemon Leaf Green Smack. Beat me to it. I was going to say Fire Red though. Spyro. It was the dawn of 3D games and I loved the castles and all the lads to explore. Spyro and Crash Bandicoot were the shit. I bought both remastered and had the best time playing them again last year. Age of Empires 2. Joust, I played it at the arcade, you little motherfuckers. Galaga. Galaga. Such a good game. I think I still have the high score at some dumpy upstate New York hotel game room from the early 2000s. I made my initials ASS. Classic. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Tetris still my favorite. GTA San Andreas. You ain't a real G if you didn't have a paper with all the cheat codes. That's right bro, you know what's up. Halo CE. I made a lot of friends playing this game. I had maybe 2 people I really considered friends when Halo came out. I was talking about the game in class and some other people overheard. We got together to connect Xboxes with more and more people. Because my brother and my friends' brothers came with their friends too. We connected with other age groups. I definitely peaked in middle school when for a few years I was at Halo. Super Mario 64. RuneScape. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Mortal Kombat 2. Road Rash. It was a bike racing game in early 2000s PCs. Good times. Road Rash started sometime in the 90s. Emo, those games were a lot better. Especially the one on the 64. If you can get your hands on it. Or just play it on an emulator. I highly recommend it. FFVII. Boy, has it been a great month to be alive. FFVII remake comes out. And the government forces me to stay inside and play video games. You don't have to tell me twice. Ocarina of Time for sure. Metal Gear Solid defined each console from my early years to my adult years. No comment on TPP. The Sims literally my childhood. Zelda 3, A Link to the Past. Banjo-Kazooie. Morrowind. Nothing else conjures the same amount of nostalgia. Crash Bandicoot. Warped. Always got freaked out by the levels where you get chased. Made my dad get me through those. StarCraft. Star Wars. Shadows of the Empire on N64. Played that game so much I could play through most of it using the cinematic camera. I played Super Monkey Ball 2 so much I had to buy like 3 different copies of it. It was awesome multiplayer. Super Contra. Up up down down left right ab ab select start. Me and a friend would beat it every day for an entire summer before going outside to ride bikes. Mega Man 2. GTA Vice City. I loved it so much, I used to wake up early to play it. GoldenEye. Atari Adventure. Super Mario and Pokemon. Neverwinter Nights. Age of Empires and Pharaoh. Jack 2 or 3. Damn, this post really makes me miss the PS2 era skeptical smiley face. Respect. Skyrim. There's too many to really say. I mean, Dungeon of Doom was my first roguelike, then Might and Magic 1 my first CRPG. Wolfenstein 3D and Doom. Scorched Earth. Zelyard and Commander Keen all come to mind, and then the 3D era came about and Duke 3D. Quake games etc. happened and Valve came out of nowhere with Half-Life. I'm going to cherry pick a relatively unknown one for my favorite growing up, though. A real-time strategy game called Dark Reign. It was overshadowed by another RTS that released about the same time. Fall 1997. Called Total Annihilation. I'm not gonna talk about TA. It was a good game in its own right, but Dark Reign nailed a completely different factions in an era where carbon-copied sides were common and the expansion added 2 more. Its unit balance was StarCraft level great before SC released. The art direction was beautiful and really brought to life a 3D terrain in a 2D game. It had a robust mission editor. Think StarCraft style with more terrain customization. That was sadly underutilized by the small community, but the multiplayer matches were a lot of fun. A friend of mine made a custom game map called Field of Honor, where there was a bidding system on how much money you could spend on an army, a few units, to combat someone else that put up the baseline bid. The lowest challenging bid got to fight and see who won. I miss stuff like that. StarCraft came out in spring of '98 and that was the end of that, but damn, I still remember those months playing Dark Reign non-stop. Love that game. I forgot the obligatory Mario games, but I feel like that goes without saying. If they were a category by themselves, Mario 3 was my "Ya Monsieur," Duke Nuke Monsieur, GTA Vice City or San Andreas. Counter-Strike, Minecraft was and forever will be my favorite game. Final Fantasy 7 to 9. Still replay them these days on a regular basis, and I will do so as an old fart as well. Zombies ate my neighbors. Super Mario 64 DS. Do Monsieur the original. Yeah, I'm old. Spyro the Dragon and Rayman were legit. My younger brother and I would both take turns playing and trading off the controller when we died. And we did huge gaming sleepovers where we did the same thing with all our friends. We are only a year and a half apart in age, so no matter whose friends were over, the other sibling would inevitably come hang out and start playing the game with the group. One of my fondest memories was staying up until dawn with my friends and brother during a sleepover, and taking turns trying to beat the final level of Rayman. I was still young enough where the dark graphics legitimately could have scared me. So everyone was on pins and needles trying to beat this final boss. Finally, my good friend just plowed through and defeated the level, and we literally all jumped up and cheered and high-fived and hugged. We were probably on a huge gamer high and not used to being so sleep-deprived. But that kind of satisfaction has rarely been achieved in my adult life. I miss the 90s. Fallout New Vegas. Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Country, specifically the Minecart Carnage level. Hitman Blood Money. Backyard Baseball. Halo 2 hands down. My absolute favorite memories are spending time at my best friend's house playing the campaign over and over with the volume set to 1 so that his parents wouldn't yell at us for staying up at 3 Monsieur. Gran Turismo 2. GT40. That cheatin' fucker. I had to scroll down a lot for this. That Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak crushing basically every single race it could enter. The Toyota GT1-2. Or the super-tuned Mitsubishi 3000 GT Twin-Turbo. Nissan Skyline R34. TVR Speed 12. So many cool memories. TF2. Combat. Especially the level with the invisible tanks. Best Atari experience. Screw asteroids. Two-player combat was fire, but Hero was the supreme one-player. It came late though. Pong. Little Big Planet 2. Super Mario Sunshine. Super underrated emo. But not only does it look gorgeous, the gameplay mechanics for Mario's movement are just incredible. I have always maintained that Sunshine was criminally underrated. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Played that shit way back in 3rd grade and onward, until my parents moved everything in the rec room to the basement when we needed to clear out some asbestos. The disc for it is in an unmarked black DVD case and we haven't seen it in years. I know that it's somewhere in my house. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.